50. Can we get 50? 50 from the man in the white shirt. 100. Can we get 100? 2. Can we get 200? Everything must go today, folks. 200 and sold. All right, what's next? Looks like we've got some Angus beef here. This is episode 50 of Elk Mountain.
What's going on, everybody? Episode 50 already. How did that happen? It feels like it's just flown by, honestly. We've gotten so much done. The farm landscape has just really changed so much. It'd be interesting to see how much has really changed. And of course, there's going to be a lot more changes to come today. We have a lot to sell. It's pretty much going to be a day of running around to various places around town and just getting stuff sold, like all of our lettuce here, all of our just various produce here. I did change lettuce out of here. I don't know why I was growing it in this one as well. We'll just get all these guys pushed out. We are going to save our sunflower seeds until next month. Those are going to be one of the few things that do remain besides our chicken feed and stuff for the cows as well. But pretty much everything else is getting sold today. So it's going to be a good one. We have lots to do, so we might get a couple of these just stacked up and ready to throw onto the trailer. We'll probably use the semi-truck for this stuff. We do want to get some cows probably sold as well. We just go through so much feed with them, and we are starting to try and transition over to the dairy cows. So we'll get some of those sold as well today. We do have a bunch of calves that have just, well, been popping up, really. Not necessarily a bad thing, but we just go through feed that much faster, and it might be worth switching over to dairy cows, or just even lessening the load of how many cows we have in general, because we do have a fair bit that we could sell, and a few of our oldest, again, are getting up there closer to that $3,500 range, so that'll be pretty good as well. We know we can make $40,000 at least when those guys are ready to sell, and we have about, I want to say, 3 sets of 12 head cattle that we can sell. So that's 120,000 right there. And then I know we have our original set of 24 calves that are starting to get up there in age a little bit too, which, I mean, that is awesome. A long time coming for those guys. So those will eventually be sold, and I think that might be, well, not the end of having beef cows, but you know, I think we do just want to really lessen how many we have in general. But I think maybe just 24 is a good number to have. Maybe 36, who knows. But we'll see how many in general we can kind of keep. I think maybe 100 cows around there is a good amount. We'll finish getting these stacked up. And we can go carry on. I think we do have to give them a little bit of feed as well this morning. Hopefully, I can't remember if we have... Is it going to give us another pallet? Maybe not. Oh, and of course, it does right as we want to leave. Great. Anyways, yeah, I can't remember if we do have any more feed left in our mixer. I know we were running pretty low on the amount that we actually did have, and we forgot to fire up the actual factory last night, so it didn't end up making any overnight, which is kind of not great because, well, the cows are out right now, but that shouldn't be the biggest issue if we have some loaded up, but that'll just let us get some more stuff done today. Hopefully they'll be alright for a little bit, but of course we'll get them fed in the evening if not. Just seems like there's an endless amount of lettuce. Can't remember the last time we did a big sale on all this stuff. It feels like it wasn't too long ago, but hopefully we can get something a little bit bigger infrastructure-wise to just be storing this kind of stuff. Some sort of cold storage or something maybe. I don't know. We'll look into that in the future. Now is it going to give us another one? Maybe. I don't know. I feel like it won't. Alright. That's fine. I think, you know what, that's a good amount. We got all of it stacked up, so that'll be a big help when we can get the truck back up here. Alright, moment of truth here. Oh yes, alright, yes, I remember now. We didn't quite have a full load, so that's good. that kind of does save us because, yeah, they are pretty much out of food right now. So we'll get them topped up with that one load, and a lot more can be made in the process. And we'll probably get this manure loaded up and sold today as well because, you know, like I said, pretty much everything that isn't directly food for animals has got to go today. Alright, looks like these guys could use just a little bit of straw bedding while we're here. Doesn't hurt. I believe we only went through one of the 3 bales we put in there. Oh, maybe 1.5, maybe almost 2. Because the third one is just going down now, so that's pretty good. Alright, we can just leave this guy in here for now. Because, of course, at the end of the day, we might want to get them topped up one more time. Park this guy outside, that way we can get them loaded up with straw. Next time we are just loading stuff up as well. Alright, we got the truck up here, both trucks in fact. That way once we are done loading up all this stuff, we can load up the front loader and bring it down to get some more stuff loaded up, kind of like our syrup and probably our honey too. So, thankfully lettuce isn't, well, I was going to say isn't too heavy, but it's doable. I think hopefully we can get it up here 2 at a time. If we go nice and close and, oh no, I'm going to say raise it slowly. We might be able to get away with it. If we raise it quickly enough and get it up there, yeah, that's doable. I think we can get away with it. So we'll get this guy loaded up. See how much we can fit on there. And carry on. Got it all loaded up, and we got the front loader loaded up onto the other trailer as well. So if we can avoid hitting it, we can head on into town to go see Karen. It's been a little while since we've seen her, probably a month or 2. At least 2 months, because we didn't go see her last month. We'll see what she's got to offer if we can keep this thing on the ground. Oh my gosh, we almost tipped there. Coming down hot, little excited to see Karen, if you know what I mean. Alright, we have made it. About time. We've got so much else to sell today, so we'll be making a couple trips into town. I guess she might appreciate it if we take the straps off for her. Awesome, we got all of that sold to the tune of $83,517, I believe? Something like that. I said it so confidently in the beginning and just tapered off. Well, that is awesome. I think up next we're just going to scoot across here and drop off our side loader just for a little bit, and we might actually rent a big side dumper and get all the manure put into that because we don't really have anything that's really appropriate to haul manure besides anywhere but the farmyard, really. Definitely not into town. I suppose we could do a little bit of a road train, but that's still going to take a little while. So I think if we just get this guy dropped off here for now, we can go see what the store has to offer for us. Alright. Anything on sale? Looks like a couple Massey Fergusons. Pretty much one's the bigger version of the other, the 7710 and the 7720. So interesting. Somebody, well, either gave up or upgraded. I guess, you know, gonna go with maybe upgraded. It's that time of year. People are making money. So, yeah, right now we just have a couple of small trailers, which isn't the best. What is this guy? I quite like him. That's cool. Something nice and small, but I think we need something a little bit bigger than that. I was thinking just something probably like this. Just double check. Yeah, it can hold all of this kind of stuff. Yeah, there's Manure is on the list. So definitely, if we were getting it for ourselves, oh, we can get actually white even with a lease. So I think we might do that. $2,700. That'll be just fine. I think it'll be well worth it for our time. So we'll go hook up to that and head back to the farm with it. Alright, now is the tricky part, because it's definitely way too big to get squeezed in there like we did with our other trailers. But I think if we do something like this, and we can kind of gradually just pull it forward as we need, that should do the job. I don't think there's a heck of a lot here, but it'll definitely all fit into there, I'm pretty sure. Alright. So we'll get it hooked up and see how much better this guy is at loading up manure. Because this bucket, 4,500 liters. I don't even know what the other one is. I want to say 1,000, maybe 1,200 at most. So it should do us pretty well. And of course our trailer is so much bigger than last time. Yeah, look at that. Of course, we'll probably want to keep it pretty close to the ground when we're moving back and forth, because I'm sure it's quite heavy. But this bucket looks like a great size for this piece of machinery. Even when we raise it up, it's not too off balance, and it's not bobbing around too much, so that's a good sign. I don't know what the heck happened there, but that little breakdancing maneuver seemed like it cleaned up most of the spillage on the outside of the pit there, because that was kind of a little bit of a problem. We just scooped up a little bit that kind of just collected in there while we were moving the truck away. And not quite a full load, but we did pretty well. Right, we have arrived once again. We'll pull around the right direction onto, I don't even know what to call these, the grates, because the tip side is on the left. We kind of just squeaked it in there last time, but this time we have much more room to let it flow in there. Not expecting a huge payday, maybe $1,500.
Delete.
Alright, instead of bringing this back, I decided since we have it, we may as well use it a little bit more. But first, we gotta clean it. We are going to be putting seed in it. We don't need to clean the outside. We need to clean the inside. because yeah, we got a little bit of sorghum left over that we initially kind of planted, I think, in our small field. Just I think that was maybe our first crop in there, and we put it in just for chicken feed. But since we have been able to harvest our biggest field with a massive amount of wheat, I think we have over 80,000 liters left still, as well as some barley, so I think we can afford to sell the bit of sorghum that we do have. So we're going to do that, and then we can bring the trailer back, make it a little bit more worth our while. So yeah, we got 80,000 liters there, and 16,000. I think this trailer can hold about 16,000, so that should actually be pretty awesome. If there is any left over, we can just give it to the chickens, but for the most part, we can sell all of it. Hopefully we'll make a fair bit more than, I think we got, yeah, $1,400, just shy of that for our last load of manure, so around $3,000 in total, which this trailer costs, what, $2,400 to lease, something like that, so we've only really made $600 in profit since we've gotten this guy. So if we can sell this, it'll definitely bump those numbers up and be worth our while. We can pick up our profit liner while we were at the shop and head on back. Wow, this is massive once you get up close to it. No idea where to even begin to navigate our way through here, and part of me wants to say, well, I initially wanted to go right through there, but it looks like there is a sea can sitting there, so that's probably not it. I feel like pulling right through here is probably where you would pick up grain from, so we're going to scoot on around back, see what else there is to offer. Oh, this is probably what we're looking for, so if we get that cover peeled off, pull up on the right side, because of course we're tipping on the left side, and we're looking good. You'll love to see it. Quite generous here at the grain silos. $25,600 on the check written up for us. You'll love to see it, so we're definitely in the green as far as this trailer is concerned. We can probably go ahead and bring it on back to the farm store now. Sorry, car, this guy takes a little bit to get going, but once it does, it's really moving. We'll just drop this guy off and pick up our trailer so we can head on back. I'm curious if we can bring this down and squeeze it in to fit our maple syrup and honey. I'm sure we could fit it on the smaller trailer, but I don't know. I'm tempted. Of course, if we do put it on the gooseneck, we could stop at the store and maybe spend a little moolah. Who knows? I don't know. Do you know? Alright, all we've got to do is get this guy turned around, because I think if we do it sooner rather than later once it's fully loaded, it might be a little bit easier. Oh, such a nice turn. Look at that. Alright, now I think if we just back it up a little bit to a good spot to get it loaded up. And you know what? I think if we jackknife it, that could be kind of useful, because we have honey on one side and syrup on the other side. So if we get it opened up on this side, we can get the syrup in, and then after we can change the curtain sides and get the honey put on. So that works. We'll get the truck shut off, and of course we will have to make our way up to the other end of the farm and go get our front loader. Alright, I think if we just do something like this for now, that'll be good. Then we won't be in the way when we want to pull out with the semi-truck. Alright, just finished getting everything loaded up. It is very nice having that curtain sider, being able to open up on both sides. Would be nice actually having it being able to open up both curtains at once, because then you could just kind of really have at it. Looks like those forks might hit, so we'll just leave that there for now. I know we said we would try and get that bucket moved, but that'll just have to wait for another time. So we'll get this closed off, and we'll go make a sale. Looks like we do have a good amount of each. Not the most syrup we've had, but the most honey we've had by far. I think we made 16,000 last time we sold our honey, and that was like 3 pallets. So pretty hopeful with this load right here, and we do have a fair bit of syrup as well, so we'll probably get that dropped off first. We did end up taking down our other syrup tent on the other side of the ranch, just because it wasn't really getting that much traffic, it wasn't really selling too much. So the one by the road is just a absolute hit, however, so we're going to keep that one loaded up as best we can. Always tough to squeeze in here and get as close as we can. Might be worth it putting our hazard lights on just as we creep into the road. Yeah, we'll back up and let this guy through, and we made the sale. Alright, we're just going to carry on. More like carrying on, am I right? Oh yeah. We made like 11,000 for that sale, so that's pretty good for just the maple syrup, and of course we do have our honey left over, so I'm excited to see how much that is. Alright, we've made it back to the ranch. Let's see if we can get this backed up. Of course, we oversteered a little bit out of excitement because we made another $22,000 for selling off all of our honey, so that's exciting. We're looking good on the day. I think we're at like 140,000, something like that, just shy. So I will take that any day of the week for sure, and we still have a fair bit of product left to sell. We have some cows that we're going to sell right now, a fair bit actually, so I'm looking forward to that. We also have all of that firewood we made the other day, so oh my gosh, I suppose we shouldn't run away without the cows. We gotta load those up there, big guy. Yeah, big Chief Doug, man. Kahuna. Alright, these guys are at 3,400, so I think we are going to take them. I'm curious how many we have in total. And yeah, like we said, we have a few that are getting up there, so I think, you know, it might be worth just trying to get a lot of those guys sold as well. You know, just keep the ball rolling, keep that money coming in, and see where we are, because it is the start of the new year. It's episode 50, and we're trying to get big things done, so let's keep that ball moving. Or that Mack truck rolling. $41,000, so we're looking good there. You'd love to see it. $226,000 in the bank. Like I said, I think we started the day off at around 43,000 maybe. So we're looking really good, up to 180 grand on the day, and I think we have another 2 loads maybe to sell. I don't think we're quite gonna squeak out another 41,000 each, because the other batches are a little bit younger, just by a couple months, and therefore like maybe $150 cheaper per head. But ultimately it's only going to be a couple thousand difference. Oh my gosh, you didn't see it from me. $40,500. Alright, we are down to 98 cows. So like I said, I wanted to keep about 100. So that's pretty good. Of course, more will be born in time. But this last batch here, I think... oh, their health is starting to drop again. So I think maybe we won't go sell these ones just now. Because they must be out of water, maybe even... No way they're out of food, but, I mean, it's possible. So we will drop, or just turn the truck off, I suppose. I kind of wish I parked it better now. But we can get another round of those guys sold in the pretty near future here. And I guess we will fill them up with some more food and some more water. I know they did need water earlier, but we weren't quite able to get to that with how much stuff we had going on. All right, while that was filling up with feed, we decided to run down to the other end of the yard. We literally ran down here, like hopped out of the John Deere, full-on sprint. No, I'm kidding. I could literally never do that. But we brought the gooseneck back up. I suppose we can just drop it off somewhere that's not completely inconvenient, like right there. And we'll hook up to the water trailer because I'm pretty sure they're not out of food just yet. That would be absurd if they went through that whole mixer trailer just, well, not even a full day. Like we're in the afternoon. Couldn't even consider it the evening yet. I mean, like, come on. It's 3:30. Yeah, like, you know, we're doing pretty good. So we'll get this loaded up. Probably, I'm thinking just the one tanker for now because we may as well use this opportunity to sell our milk. This is, of course, a milk tanker as well, but if we fill it up with too much water and too much for the trough to take, then of course we wouldn't be able to put the milk in it. Or we'd have to run around to our green horses houses and drop it off there. So the milk tank is right here. I'm thinking if we come at it from the opposite direction that we normally do, we might be able to pull up right next to the milk tank after. Of course, this is our first time doing it, which is pretty exciting. And yeah, it looks like they are out of water. So, I mean, what can you do there? Come on now. And of course, as I say that, we only needed about 40%. Well, we needed 60%. We still have about 40% left. So we may as well run that up to one of our green horses. You know, why not? Eeny, meeny, miny, moo. Doesn't really matter which one because, well, they all run on poo. Hey, see? That was kind of a rhyme. Get it? Eeny, meeny, miny, moo. They all run on water and poo. Alright, at some point we probably should take the time to get all of these guys topped up, but they are pretty efficient. I think they all have about 6,000 to 7,000 liters left in them, and tons of manure. That's why we were able to kind of sell the manure that we did have. And yeah, of course they still have a little bit of seed. We probably should top it up on that as well, and we'll see if we can get this guy loaded up on milk for the first time. There we go, 8,000 liters in this guy. I suppose it might be worth shutting it if we're bringing it through town. Don't want that milk escaping. And yeah, this is going to be our first time selling it. I'm looking forward to it. We are dropping it off at the local market. I'm not sure exactly which one we need to go over, but I believe this is the place. Alright, I wasn't sure how much it was selling for per liter, but we had 8,000 liters, well, you know, give or take a little bit, and we made about 24,400. So, you know, call it 3,000 a liter, which is pretty decent considering we haven't really had our dairy cows that long. So I will take that. Of course, that is just going to keep producing for us as a byproduct of looking after our cows. So that is awesome as long as we stay on top of that, which we're pretty good at. It is definitely a tedious task, and, you know, just goes to show how much work it really is, which is why it was nice to see that big of a payday for all of our Angus beef. Now, I suppose we should be a good boy and refill this just one more time since we already have it hooked up, and then we can leave it over there. That way we just have to unload it next time the cows need some water, which quite likely is going to be tomorrow morning. As you can see, the snow has started coming down, which, you know, I love to see it. It reminds me of home, and you know, we've been out here ranching for some time now, and it's been good fun. I love the adventure, but a little little reminders of home here and there are just always welcome. Alright, we got both salt and pepper loaded up into the Belvedere, and as you can see, it registered as 0 horses left, so none of these guys are ours. So yeah, I mean, we'll let the rancher know that we'll probably be its last month being able to keep these guys here, because, well, this guy's probably gonna be leaving us. Oh my gosh, we're gonna hit that. Alright, we're good. The horses, well, they've been an okay venture for us. They were decent in the beginning, lots of good fun, made us feel like a cowboy, but ultimately, you know, they didn't do us too great. You know, I love having this trailer around. It makes me feel like a rancher, I'm not gonna lie. But you know, maybe horses will be something that we look at getting into again one day, but I think for now, it's going to have to be the end of that venture. Probably look at getting sheep as a replacement. Not right now, directly today, of course. We probably just don't have enough time. As you can see, I mean, the snow's coming down, the sun is setting, so we're starting to lose daylight here, and of course it's just going to get colder as that sun drops below the mountains. So we'll have to get these horses sold off. They can go to a better home than we've been able to provide for them. And we'll probably get, I think, $3,000. I think they're worth about $1,500 a piece. I'm not sure what we bought them for. It doesn't really matter at this point, but good to see them go to a good home. All right, they are all gone, and we wish them the best. We'll get this trailer loaded up, and we'll probably take it to the farm shop because, well, we don't really have a use for it anymore. Alright, I made an executive decision to keep this trailer. You know, the farm shop, they were only going to give us $700 for it, just because of how old it was. I mean, it is in fairly good condition, to be fair, but yeah, they only would give us $700, and I just didn't feel it was worth it to get rid of it for that much. You know, especially if we possibly do want to get horses again in the future. So, yeah, I think it's best if we just keep it. That way, you know, it leaves the door open for us, right? It's not going to cost us as much. We pretty much just would need to get some room for them and buy some horses. Oh, having some issues getting this guy up on there. Oh my, oh my. Okay, alright. Come on. Third time's the charm, Randy. You can tell when I haven't eaten. Alright. It's a nice truck. It's done us well. It's my favorite truck. Alright. You might be wondering, well, what are you doing? Why are you loading it on there, Randy? What's happening? But, you know, we don't really use this too much. I'm not saying we need the money. I do really like this truck. But, you know, I have had lots of compliments and interest in it, just from around town the few times I've used it. People know I have it, and, I mean, it's not a very big town. So, I might surprise the folks with a happy holiday, happy new year, and just leave this on the side of the road with a for sale sign. See if we get any bites. You know, who knows? Might get a call in the morning. You know, someone might hit us up and offer us a good price for it. So, it doesn't hurt to just leave it out, and looks even better with the sun going down. Looks like the snow stopped again, which makes me kind of sad. I wanted it to be snow-covered, but there's always next month, and I suppose the month after that, because that's the only time we got snow last year. So, I think we're just going to pull up here. Something like that, and we'll find a good parking spot for this guy. I'm sure there'll be lots of interest. I mean, look at it. It's beautiful. Original paint job and everything. I suppose we could have washed it, but I mean, whoever buys it, they're going to make it dirty real quick. So, I think something. Just something like that, you know? That's looking pretty good. And we'll scoot on back. For the first time in, I think, ever, our chickens are actually out of feed. So, we're just going to take this opportunity to fill them up. And hey, we did get rid of all of our sorghums. That is awesome. And we do have a little bit of barley here, but we're going to stick with our wheat for now. I don't remember how much they take, but, you know, maybe they'll even take a full trailer this time. Who knows? That would be kind of nice, but of course we do have the cover. We can just leave it there and top them up the next time that they need it. Sure enough, they did actually take a full trailer, which is awesome. I don't even know how much this trailer holds, but that'll have to do. So I'll take that, and I'm curious to see how many eggs we actually have, because it's kind of deceptive when we don't see them really spawning. They're kind of just this one here. But we got there in the end, finishing the day like we started it, well, looking after the cows as always. But you know what? They are kind of the focal point of the farm, and you know what? I'm happy to be doing it. It's a dirty job, but it's a good job, and it's been a learning experience, hopefully for all of us. And I appreciate you guys being here with me. You've showed so much support. It's outrageous. I love to see it, and I hope to see you guys here with me in the future. I think that is going to be it for this episode. We've gotten so much done. We've made so much money, and we've got so much more on the horizon, and looking forward to it. We got lots of treats in store for next month even, and it's still the winter. We're not even getting into the bulk of farming season just yet. So really looking forward to it. Thanks so much for joining me. We'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.